fence posts that my granddad said have all leaned into the wire. The cedar chest of what I own smells just like aging fire. I stood my life on things that melt like frost on morning glass. Now the riverbed of certainty is choked with dry tall grass. I kept my eyes on where the sun went down behind the ridge, and forgot to look at what was holding up the shaky bridge. But there is a weight that cannot shift, a pressure holding true, a mountain that the ocean tide could never push it through. You are the bedrock when the fault line splits the county road, the solid ground beneath that takes the whole unhandled load. I can feel the deep foundation when the surface starts to crack. You hold me steady on a road where there is no turning back. The clock face said a new beginning, but the hands just wouldn't turn. I tried to fan the ashes when the house refused to burn. I chased the wind across the wheat fields, and I bottled up the sound. But wisdom's lesson is that roots are only in the ground. I mistook the shimmer on the heat for water in the pan, but the only certainty I found is in the master's plan. And there is a weight that cannot shift, a pressure holding true, a mountain that the ocean tide could never push it through. You are the bedrock when the fault line splits the county road, the solid ground beneath that takes the whole unhandled load. I can feel the deep foundation when the surface starts to crack. You hold me steady on a road where there is no turning back. The world might rattle loose its hinges, I can hear the timber groan. But when my soul is quieted, you claim me as your own. It's not my strength that keeps me here or where I put my trust. It is the granite of your vow that rises from the dust. Yes, there is a weight that cannot shift, a pressure holding true, a mountain that the ocean tide could never push it through. You are the bedrock when the fault line splits the county road, the solid ground beneath that takes the whole unhandled load. I can feel the deep foundation when the surface starts to crack. You hold me steady on a road where there is no turning back. No turning back. Solid ground beneath, it holds the solid ground beneath. The breath I draw is heavy now. It smells of turned up clay. road I thought was smooth and wide just vanished in the gray. My boots are worn from steps I took where no clear path was marked. The flashlight I was counting on just failed me in the dark. I hear the hungry echo call from canyons left and right. This ain't a place for casual faith, but one to hold on tight. I'm walking through the shadows in the valley, where every fear comes out to stand and tally. I cannot see the far side, but I feel a steady hand. This trial won't undo the promise, it will simply refine the man. My fire may be fading out, but His presence is a lamp. I'll set my tent right here beside my unseen faithful camp. The heat I'm feeling isn't flames, it's just the pressure high, like a kettle whistle screaming at the promise of the sky. I wanna run from what must break before it can be made. I wanna quit the furnace where the truest debt is paid. But the stillness speaks a different word than panic in my ear. You've brought me through the wilderness, and you won't abandon here. I'm walking through the shadows in the valley, where every fear comes out to stand and tally. I cannot see the far side, but I feel a steady hand. This trial won't undo the promise, it will simply refine the man. My fire may be fading out, but His presence is the lamp. I'll set my tent right here beside my unseen faithful camp. I look back at the broken bridge and thank the Lord it fell, 'cause that old life had nothing left that served my spirit well. When I come out, there'll be no trace of dust or ash on me, just a clear bright shine of character that only you can see. I'm walking through the shadows in the valley, where every fear comes out to stand and tally. I cannot see the far side, but I feel a steady hand. This trial won't undo the promise, it will simply refine the man. My fire may be fading out, but His presence is the lamp. I'll set my tent right here beside my unseen faithful camp. Unseen faithful camp. Shadows in the valley, He's right here. The auctioneer called out the price on everything I held. The water reached the windowsill and all the books were swelled. I watched my hurried blueprints fade beneath the sudden rain, and wondered if a life rebuilt could ever feel the same. I learned that what the world calls stable is just a rented frame, and built my future on the whisper of a human name. But I found a cornerstone no hammer can undo, a promise etched in granite, faithful and firm and true. It's not the house or the harvest that my worried heart should claim. My hope is built on nothing but the power in His name. He is the foundation, deeper than the ocean floor. When the tempests come a-calling, He simply asks for more. My disappointments gather now like thunder on the breeze. They steal the color from the crops and shake the tallest trees. When fear tries to padlock every door and dim the light within, I run toward that shelter where no darkness can seep in. The shifting plates of circumstance will tear the world apart, but His unwavering presence keeps the rhythm in my heart. And I found a cornerstone no hammer can undo, a promise etched in granite, faithful and firm and true. It's not the house or the harvest that my worried heart should claim. My hope is built on nothing but the power in His name. He is the foundation, deeper than the ocean floor. When the tempests come a-calling, He simply asks for more. Let the rivers try to roar their best and tear the earth to sand. I'll stand upon this truth, secured by His nail-pierced hand. The shifting currents cannot reach this solid ancient claim. I'm safe inside the fortress of His everlasting name. Yes, I found a cornerstone no hammer can undo, a promise etched in granite, faithful and firm and true. It's not the house or the harvest that my worried heart should claim. My hope is built on nothing but the power in His name. He is the foundation, deeper than the ocean floor. When the tempests come a-calling, He simply asks for more. He simply asks for more. My hope's foundation, He is the rock.
The only sound inside this room is the clock hand on the wall, but my spirit holds a richer hum that answers every call. I don't need the flashing lights or a stage beneath my feet, 'cause the blessing that He poured on me is something pure and sweet. From the first breath in the morning light to the stars that shine above, every single moment is a picture of His generous love. So I can't keep this feeling locked behind the garden gate. It's a rising, bubbling happiness that simply won't obey. I'm gonna make a shout in the silence to the Lord who set me free, with the cymbals of my heartbeat and the voice He gave to me, the sound of joy that breaks the hush for all the things He's done. Tell the weary, faithful people that the final victory's won. He traded out my faded cloth for robes of wedding white. He took the dark and twisting road and led me to the light. He pulled my feet from sinking muck and set them on a stone. So how could I stand quiet here and celebrate alone? He filled the empty places that the world could never touch, and gave a life of laughter where I used to cry so much. So I can't keep this feeling locked behind the garden gate. It's a rising, bubbling happiness that simply won't obey. I'm gonna make a shout in the silence to the Lord who set me free, with the cymbals of my heartbeat and the voice He gave to me, a sound of joy that breaks the hush for all the things He's done. Tell the weary, faithful people that the final victory's won. Clap your hands, oh you people, let the sound ascend and climb. The Lord Most High is mighty, and He is worth every bit of time. He's worthy of the highest praise, the deepest thanks we bring. Let every simple breath we take become the song we sing. I'm gonna make a shout in the silence to the Lord who set me free, with the cymbals of my heartbeat and the voice He gave to me, a sound of joy that breaks the hush for all the things He's done. Tell the weary, faithful people that the final victory's won. The victory's won. A shout in the silence, the victory's won. My side is pinned to what's right here, the fence line and the dust. The balance in the checkbook fuels all the hope and all the trust. I limit all your mighty power to the size of my own hand, and forget the God who spoke the stars and drew the shifting sand. My little prayer just asked for rain to save the thirsty crop, but your plan involves a flood of grace that cannot ever stop. You're calling me to what faith can see beyond the dusty pane, where what you promised is secured despite the fear and rain. The past is just a low place that you're using as a step to walk out on the water where the promise has been kept. You hold the vision that my eyes are simply too small for, and show me open windows on a brighter, deeper
deeper shore. I stand here on the same old porch where I've stood 1,000 times and measure life by failures and the simple little climbs. But you have written larger works inside the human soul, a story of the broken pieces that you made completely whole. The only currency required is simply to give away, to stop relying on the night and welcome in the day. You're calling me to what faith can see beyond the dusty pain, where what you promised is secure despite the fear and rain. The past is just a low place that you're using as a step to walk out on the water where the promise has been kept. You hold the vision that my eyes are simply too small for, and show me open windows on a brighter, deeper shore. My ear has not heard, my mind has not conceived the bounty of the blessings that your spirit has achieved. I choose to drop the ruler that I've used to measure you, and step into the vastness where your promises ring true. You're calling me to what faith can see beyond the dusty pain, where what you promised is secure despite the fear and rain. The past is just a low place that you're using as a step to walk out on the water where the promise has been kept. You hold the vision that my eyes are simply too small for, and show me open windows on a brighter, deeper shore. A brighter, deeper shore. What faith can see, I will follow. The old red brick of the alley wall felt cold against his back. The sirens faded out to silence, leaving just the black. His knuckles scraped the rough cement, his breath was coming thin. He thought he had outrun the dark, but the dark had caught him in. He never learned the ritual, he'd never bent a knee, but with the metal taste of fear, he knew he had to flee. Then out of all the noise and chaos, out of all the pain, just one small whisper broke the night, an answer in the rain. It was a quiet word spoken when his world had come undone, a name that held the thunder still beneath the midnight sun. Heaven met him in the pavement, covered him in grace, and sealed his broken future with a promise in that place. He walked out of that alley clean, a man no longer bound. The shadow of the past he knew was sinking in the ground. He traded in the desperate life for paths he walks today, telling those with nowhere left to run that there is still a way. He carries nothing but the truth, a message sharp and true, that grace will find you anywhere, even when you don't pursue. And out of all the noise and chaos, out of all the pain, just one small whisper broke the night, an answer in the rain. It was a quiet word spoken when his world had come undone, a name that held the thunder still beneath the midnight sun. Heaven met him in the pavement, covered him in grace, and sealed his broken future with a promise in that place. It doesn't matter how you pray or how loud you make the plea, the Lord just waits for honesty beneath the broken tree. It only takes a single syllable when your soul has found its end to find the truest shepherd, the closest lasting friend. It was a quiet word spoken when his world had come undone, a name that held the thunder still beneath the midnight sun. Heaven met him in the pavement, covered him in grace, and sealed his broken future with a promise in that place. A promise in that place. The quiet word spoke. He's there. The bill sat stacked on the kitchen tile, higher than the chair. She wrote one final simple note with ink that smelled of despair. She left the house before the sun could burn away the dew, and found a cold steel park bench that no one ever knew. The rain came down in sheets, washing out the painted line. She stared out at the asphalt, thinking, this is where I resign. But on the edge of all her quitting, just at the fading sign, a folded piece of paper lay, a message that was divine. It spoke of the light on the highway when she thought the road was closed, a single word of promise that the Father had composed. She turned her old truck right around, drove back the way she came, her broken life redeemed beneath the whisper of his name. She'd been looking for a grand sign, a pillar made of cloud. Instead he used a simple scrap that the wind blew in the crowd. He didn't need a golden script or angels in a choir, just the truth to warm a broken heart and set it back on fire. Now she fills up notebooks with the grace that grew inside her chest, passing on the message to the ones who need the rest. Now she looks for the light on the highway when others see the close sign, a single word of promise that the Father had composed. She turned her old truck right around, drove back the way she came, life redeemed beneath the whisper of His name. The deep dark hurt may leave a scar, a memory she can't erase, but the strength she found in that small word has held her in this place. The water of the trial couldn't drown the flame He started there. It made her bloom much stronger in the middle of the air. Now she looks for the light on the highway when others see the close sign. A single word of promise that the Father had composed. She turned her old truck right around, drove back the way she came, her broken life redeemed beneath the whisper of His name. Beneath the whisper of His name. The light on the highway, she found her bloom. I never looked above the fog that settled on the farm. I spent my daylight chasing shadows, running from all harm. I made my peace with the bottom floor. I thought that was my due. I wouldn't turn to face the light. The truth was hard to view. I lived inside my own small well, convinced I was unseen, too broken up and faded out to ever come back clean. But before I ever made the choice to look across the dust, He knew my name and broke the gate of all my selfish lust. He didn't wait for my surrender, He didn't wait for my call. He reached right into my disgrace and kept me from the fall. While I was blind, He still pursued with a grace that wouldn't tire, and whispered out a truth that set my spirit back on fire. The things I chased were just fool's gold that glittered in the sun. They promised me a full life, then left me with none. I tried to fix the broken parts with effort and with strength, but only His touch reached the start and pulled me from the rain. My timeline had me waiting for a sign I had to earn, but His deep love already paid and waits for my return. But before I ever made the choice to look across the dust, He knew my name and broke the gate of all my selfish lust. He didn't wait for my surrender, He didn't wait for my call. He reached right into my disgrace and kept me from the fall. While I was blind, He still pursued with a grace that wouldn't tire, and whispered out a truth that set my spirit back. Oh, I'm not defined by the mess I made or the wreckage I left behind. I'm defined by the one who reached when I was deaf and blind. I am reversed from who I was. My path has been reset because He loved me first. hasn't finished with me yet. He knew my name and broke the gate of all my selfish lust. He didn't wait for my surrender. He didn't wait for my call. He reached right into my disgrace and kept me from the fall. While I was blind, he still pursued with a grace that wouldn't tire, and whispered out a truth that set my spirit back on fire. Set my spirit back on fire. He knew my name. He saw me first.
She lived her life inside the lie of what the world had said. The shadows of the basement wall was wrapped around her head. A whisper told her she was small, that she was meant for shame. She didn't even know the truth that shattered every claim. The silence she had built to hide was slowly caving in, until one breath of light broke through where the healing could begin. Now she's leaving yesterday behind. She won't go back to that door. The heavy metal hinges fell. She wears those chains no more. The quiet lies that choked her spirit are dead upon the ground. She walks with the boldness of a queen who knows where peace is found. The past can't haunt, the shame can't hold the future she was sent for. She's walking out of the prison light and wears those chains no more. Where the Spirit of the Lord arrived, the captive had to flee. Every single bitter word lost its authority. She doesn't recognize the face reflected in the glass, because the old one died inside the wreckage of the past. The strength she owns is not her own, it's what she was given free. A quiet, firm assurance of a lasting liberty. And now she's leaving yesterday behind. She won't go back to that door. The heavy metal hinges fell. She wears those chains no more. The quiet lies that choked her spirit are dead upon the ground. She walks with the boldness of a queen who knows where peace is found. The past can't haunt, the shame can't hold the future she was sent for. She's walking out of the prison light and wears those chains no more. Was a trade she didn't earn, a favor she received. The death of every single lie her tired mind believed. The freedom is a flowing river, washing clean the stain, and she will never step back in the darkness ever again. She's leaving yesterday behind. She won't go back to that door. The heavy metal hinges fell. She wears those chains no more. The quiet lies that choked her spirit are dead upon the ground. She walks with the boldness of a queen who knows where peace is found. The past can't haunt, the shame can't hold the future she was sent for. She's walking out of the prison life and wears those chains no more. She wears those chains no more. Leaving yesterday behind. Walked out in the light.
The doctor smiled and closed the chart. They said the scans were clear. They saw the strength within the flesh. They didn't touch the fear. It wasn't bones, it wasn't skin that kept her fighting through. It was a deep and quiet damage that the world could never view. The broken trust, the silent hurt, the promises that failed. The soul inside was battling a storm that hadn't sailed. But the Master came and touched the place that no human eye could find. He started mending the invisible that only He designed. The ache, the weight, the inner war were real. The pain was deep, but Jesus brought a secret peace that only He can keep. Not just the wound you show the world, but the failures and the sin. She stood before the light of grace and found her healing from within. Some wounds are loud with screaming pain, some barely make a sound, but every shattered hidden piece on His holy sacred ground is found. He doesn't need a photograph or proof of the distress. He knows the cost of every lie, the measure of the mess. He reached into the quiet space where only He resides, and the Master came and touched the place that no human eye could find. And the Master came and touched the place that no human eye could find. He started mending the invisible that only He designed. The ache, the weight, the inner war were real. The pain was deep, but Jesus brought a secret peace that only He can keep. Not just the wound you show the world, but the failures and the sin. She stood before the light of grace and found her healing from within. This work He does is deep and slow beneath the surface view, like roots that anchor in the darkness till the promise rises new. The physical might take its time, but the spirit is restored. The whisper of redemption is the truth she's leaning toward. The Master came and touched the place that no human eye could find. He started mending the invisible that only He designed. The ache, the weight, the inner war were real, the pain was deep, but Jesus brought a secret peace that only He can keep. Not just the wound you show the world, but the failures and the sin. She stood before the light of grace and found her healing from within. Found her healing from within. Mending the invisible, a secret peace